For 4 decades, high school sports rivalries divided Ann Arbor in two. But in 2008, when Skyline's doors opened, the very first Eagles quickly proved there was plenty of room for a new player in town. A third high school in the sports arena allowed hundreds more Ann Arbor teens the opportunity to be impacted by the values of playing sports. Those teams immediately garnered respect from their crosstown rivals, serving as testimony to the character of the individuals who were the first to wear the Skyline blue, making their mark not just in competition, but also in our community. Today, that initial class is spreading the lessons and values learned as Eagles across Michigan and the nation. Tasha Major was omnipresent around Skyline during those early years, a part of the first CMPP magnet, a voice in the inaugural Skyline Blues a cappella group, and a member of the Eagles swimming and water polo teams. There were many hours of both practice and performance. Those early morning hours in the pool make a harmonious connection to her current burgeoning career. After majoring in cinematography and documentary filmmaking at DePaul, Tasha moved into the world of film and television production. Her job as a chief lighting technician requires intense physical work and 12 to 15 hours a day. It takes her back to those early morning practices led by Mojo, fueled with inspiration from her teammates. In Tasha's words, those Skyline days of work hard and be kind is how she operates today, with the conviction to be the best at what she does, while continuing pursuit of her dream job as a cinematographer. Brandon Angelini's autumns were busy, a captain on Skyline's soccer team and drum major of the early Eagles marching band, even if they didn't have uniforms in year one. On the pitch, those soccer teams laid the foundation for future state titles, while the musical talent on display during Football Friday nights led Brandon to a bigger Saturday spotlight. His 4 years at Notre Dame were headlined by his tenure as drum major for the prestigious Notre Dame Marching Band in 2016. A finance and computational math and statistics major, Brandon's talents took him to the Big Apple, where he has embarked on a career with Comcast's NBC Universal Corporate Strategy Group. As that business career has taken off, Brandon still finds time to volunteer for the New York City Rescue Mission, continuing the outreach efforts he began in college. Davia Malcolm was a regular fall and spring presence on the turf at Skyline Stadium. Known for her defensive prowess, she garnered SEC recognition on those formative teams. Her next chapter took her first to Western Michigan, and now back to our area, where the appeal of the Sky Blue S and the sport she loved attracted her back to that same stadium. Over the last 3 years, Davia has served as an assistant for the successful Skyline girls lacrosse team, giving the players a mentor who was in their shoes just a few years before. This spring, she has a new role as the head lacrosse coach across town at Huron. While naturally there will be some conflicted emotions, Malcolm, the born and raised Ann Arborite, put the changing allegiances in a perfect light. I know it's a rival, but it's all for the love of the city. I will forever be an Eagle. One of Skyline's first two sports stars, Theron Wilson made an immediate impact. MVP of the first two Eagles basketball teams, that award still carries his name, a reminder to future winners of the program's beginnings. But it was Theron's football accomplishments that charted the next steps on his journey. After an award-winning Skyline football career, highlighted by a senior year 4-touchdown reception classic performance against Pioneer on his birthday nonetheless, Wilson continued to set records at Northwood University, where he was chosen to the All-Decade team, led the nation's Division II receivers in yards per catch, and earned an invite to the Baltimore Rainings training camp. Wilson says those Skyline days gave him the opportunity to earn a college education while doing what he loved. He has since parlayed his Northwood business major into a job back here in Ann Arbor as a software sales consultant for Go Nexus Technologies. Being back in town gives Wilson the chance to follow the current generations of Eagles athletes continue the legacy his class started. It's hard to know if Jackie Morrow ever slowed down during her Skyline days. finding the time to earn honorable mention All-State honors in field hockey, All-Conference honors as lacrosse captain, chairing the Spirit Committee, working as a student athletic trainer, a member of the dance team, all while being an AP scholar. That lacrosse talent continued to flourish at Allegheny College, where Jackie's award-winning career is highlighted by being one of only 10 players to score over 100 goals in her career. But of course, she didn't stop with her lacrosse achievements. While at Allegheny, she spent a semester at sea, visiting 16 countries, and followed that by working in a hospital in rural India. Jackie points to her hectic Skyline schedule as the foundation for teaching her discipline, perseverance, and tenacity, which she applies to her current role as sales and marketing specialist for USI, one of the largest privately owned insurance consulting and brokerage firms in the country. Now in his 5th full season as a key forward for the NHL's Winnipeg Jets, Andrew Kopp's journey to becoming Skyline's first pro athlete has been unique. He's playing not only in a different country, but a different sport. Kopp played quarterback and captained the inaugural Eagles football teams, setting a high standard, including a then-state record 557 passing yards in a 2011 game against crosstown rival Pioneer. But it was after his final football season that Andrew returned to a place he was seemingly born to be. With parents who coached hockey and figure skating, it was natural that he found his way back to the Ann Arbor ice. First with the U.S. National Developmental Program, then as a captain at the University of Michigan. Kopp's play and leadership earned growing interest in his hockey talents. Drafted in the 4th round of the 2013 NHL Draft, Kopp played 2 more seasons for the Wolverines, then made the jump right to the pros, where he has played over 350 games, including 22 in the playoffs, scoring 43 goals and totaling over 100 points. From Skyline to the Stanley Cup playoffs, a proud part of the first class of Eagle alums, Andrew Kopp.